Welcome to Everyday Woman, the show that was created by women, for women, and the issues that are important to us. Ladies, let's catch up. Kristina.
Hello, Stacey.
How are you?
Hey,
Looks
Mama.
like you have something to tell us. Show us.
I do. I'm actually pregnant, 5 months, my third
Congratulations.
one. Congratulations.
Right.
I always have to touch it.
I know.
I can't help it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So that's the obviously really big news. So I'm happy about that. We don't know the sex yet. We find out in a couple of weeks.
I want to know.
On the bad note, my son and daughter both got pink eye.
Oh,
Yeah, 2
no.
weeks ago my son got it, and then a week after my daughter got it. It was horrible. Eye
So,
drops 4 times a I mean,
You
it
just
was,
been doing mommy duty.
It was drama. Yeah.
Full
yeah.
time mama.
Jackie, what have you been up to?
Partying for my 30th birthday.
Okay.
Go, Jackie.
That's all
Go
that needs to be said. Natasha?
She may end up like you.
Natasha, what have you been up to?
Well, I am leaving on a flight today for Virginia. You know, I'm in the Navy Reserves.
Yes.
So we have our annual training,
Okay.
and I'm in a cargo handling battalion. So I handle the security of the onload and offload of ships.
Right.
awesome.
Jeslyn?
Wow.
Jeslyn, what have you been up to?
Well, recently single. Just broke up
And
with
ready
my
to
boyfriend.
mingle.
Yeah, I'm ready to mingle. Moving
Nice.
on. Moving on,
Good.
moving
Oh,
up.
good. Fresh
All right,
start.
ladies, and I'm training for a half marathon and getting my Zumba certification
Woohoo!
in about 8
Awesome.
weeks. So I'm very excited. I'm so glad that we catched up. Stay tuned. You're watching Everyday Woman. We'll be right back.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Everyday Woman.
I'm Jacqueline with Everyday Woman, and you're watching Before the Show. Today we have Patsy Chambers, one of our ultimate viewers, so we're so excited to have her here today. And I want to ask you a question. What attracted you to the show?
Well, you know, Yolanda, I've seen the show 100 times on the internet. And looking at the show, I really like the concept of the show.
Yes.
Women and women's issues, and women are doing everything
We
on
do
this show.
every aspect
It
of
is
the show.
so amazing. And so, you know, when she asked me to come on and just do a little something, I says, I'll be happy to.
Yes.
Because this is a show where women can express what they want to express.
And we reach out to the everyday woman.
Yes, and I am an everyday woman. You can't get no more everyday than me.
And Yolanda is our producer. And so I want to ask you a couple questions, because what I'm really attracted to, and not that I'm there yet, but I'm getting there. We're all going to be there one day. Life over 50.
Oh, life over 50 is totally amazing.
Nice.
And sometimes it's not amazing. But you know, I went through the change of life.
Okay.
And I started about 40, 48.
Okay.
And
Question, did you go through like menopause? Like what was, because I'm always like, I'm super afraid to even go there. Like I don't even want to know what that's like. But you know, I finally reached 30 and I'm embracing that. And so with me embracing each new decade of my life, I kind of want to know what it's like. So menopause, like what happens? Like what is that about?
well, you know, really kind of what happened for me, it doesn't happen for every woman.
Yes, it's different
You know,
for every woman.
I had a little thyroid condition at one time. Yeah.
And I hear that's like really hard as far as like keeping your weight under control and exercise and health.
No matter how much exercise you do,
Okay.
you don't lose the weight.
Oh.
Not
There's
at all.
okay, wait a minute. There's no way to lose it at all. Like there's no pill. There's no.
Then, well, you can take all those pills if you want to. You're just gonna mess up your body, your
Just be
system.
high all the time.
Yeah, and you don't want to be on that speed. So I tried some of that over the counter
It's
stuff,
too much.
and you're scrubbing the floor. You don't want that.
You know. Okay, but the one other thing I know about menopause is that your cycle stops. As a
Yes.
woman, we're kind of defined a little bit by that, because that is how we're able to bring life into this world. How does that affect a woman? That part stopping, does it make you feel like less of a woman, or what?
It doesn't make you feel like less of a woman. You would like to continue to have your cycle, which I would like to continue to have my cycle, because it's far more healthier on your body to continue to have that monthly flow. But something in your body says, let's stop, let's not have this cycle.
Okay.
But it didn't have anything to do with me not wanting or not enjoying being a woman.
Okay.
One thing it was good is that you don't have to worry about getting pregnant.
Yeah, that's
you
a
like
good
a
thing.
lot of sex.
The other really
Go
big
for it.
question I want to ask you is about financial situations. I know that sometimes if you have left a job or been laid off at a certain time, after you're over 50, it's hard to find a job. Like, why won't jobs hire people after a certain age?
I have no idea. I am over 50. I was laid off my job. I haven't worked in 2.5 years. No one has called me to do my job.
So
or
you're
any
still trying
job.
to figure that out.
I'm still trying to
So we
figure
want to
that out.
know why it is that you're not hiring ladies over 50. That's a question for Everyweight Woman.
That's my
I want to
question.
thank you all for watching. Thank you, Patsy, for joining us. Thank you.
Here's Everyway Woman.
We're back with our Life After 50 segment with one of our ultimate viewers, Patsy Chamber. Patsy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
You wanted to talk to us about unemployment, retirement, etc., in life after 50.
Oh, I don't even know where to start with that. You know, I'm 59 years old. I haven't worked in 2.5 years, and I want to know what to do with myself.
Okay.
Well,
You
you
know-
know, you're very good at social networking because I'm on your Facebook page. I steal your stuff. So I know you are good at that and really working hard because they think a lot of people over 50 can't do the Facebooking. So you think that'll help you too? I know you could use that to network to get a job.
Well, I would like to find a job. I would
What
like
would
to
you
get
like to
paid
do?
for Facebook.
Well, you know what? We got two
You
human resource
You can
people.
turn that into another career. But have you asked for professional feedback in terms of, you know, maybe why you're not being able to get another job in the last couple of years?
No, I haven't.
Because I think that's one route. As an HR executive, and we have two people on the panel,
Right,
that
exactly.
it's good to sometimes get that professional opinion, because I know I do sometimes, to see how I'm coming across, because you may be doing things in an interview that you may not even be aware of that may be hindering you, because it is so competitive
And
in
also,
today's
too,
market.
they may think because you have more experience that you want more money.
Right. Well, Patsy,
That's
what
a
would
lot
you like
of-
to do? Yeah, what are you looking to do?
Well, what I would like to do, I am very good at
What?
meditating, and
Okay.
I would like to
Oh,
really
you
do
could
my
do one-
own thing. I would like
Yeah.
to teach people how to meditate properly.
yoga?
Is that the job that you had prior? What did you do
No.
before?
Prior to that, for over 15 years, I was a caregiver.
Okay.
And I took care of elderly ladies, and
Okay.
I helped them in the bed, I helped them out the bed, I took them shopping.
So like
There's
home
a-
care.
So
You need to be
Home care,
There's
so
a
to speak.
big market though. That's something you could do yourself and go out there, because a lot of older people are doing yoga, because I see a lot of senior citizens yoga classes and a lot of things going. I live across the street from a senior citizen building.
Oh.
So
Wait
I
a
see
minute,
them
do you
doing
do
that.
yoga?
A
meditate.
little. I
you know what,
I do
Patsy?
lots of
Okay.
I do lots of meditating, and
So we've identified what you want to do. Here's some things that you should consider.
Okay.
One, you have to gauge your finances to make sure that you are in a position to make some changes with your
Yes.
job.
Uh-huh.
Two, you also, this might be a time for you to set up your yoga shop. If you gauge your finances and they're okay, you might want to reach out on your own and set up your own shop. Three, if you go back into the workforce, you might want to consider getting a smaller paycheck. That's why I told you in the beginning to gauge your finances to see what that's going to look like. The other thing is, in your interview, make sure you commit to the company, okay? Because sometimes older, as both of I do HR, older workers, we have the tendency to say, oh, they're only going to be here for a couple of years and use up our benefits.
so
So make sure you commit to the company.
Be enthusiastic.
And,
Yes.
and
Yes.
one other suggestion that I have is to don't negate what you've done for the last 15 years. Always
Absolutely.
say break where you're strong. You have 15 years worth of experience that you can utilize and turn it into something totally new, but use that as a foundation to springboard into your
And
new.
You think of your resume as a PR move, you know, to get out there and be like, this is what I'm doing. And you know, you're a healer. If you've been healing and helping people for all these years, you are a healer. You're not just somebody who helps
And life
people.
doesn't
and
proud
of
end
that.
at 50, because Tim Gunn is one of the people that said, you know, his life started for him after 50, where he started to get all of these amazing contracts and opportunities.
He's one of the hosts on The Revolution.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
yes.
you should take that. Life does not end at 50. I think you just have to continuously reinvent yourself, like Madonna does, like many other people.
I do it every
and
day.
you just have to
So,
reinvent yourself.
Patsy,
Yes.
again,
Yes.
we thank you. Thank you for being our ultimate viewer and watching Every Woman. We hope we left some tips with you, but most importantly, continue to pursue your dreams and your passion. Your life is not over until you stop breathing.
All right. Well, thank you.
Patsy.
Thank you
Stay
for
strong.
watching Every Woman. We'll be right back.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Everyway Woman.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline with Everyweight Woman, and you're watching Before the Show. Right now I have Miss Reese Alexander, one of our new co-hosts that's going to be in addition to us, so don't forget to watch. And Miss Alexander, I want to ask you about some of your background in co-hosting, or hosting, I should say.
Well, I host and produce my own show, one called The Sassy Suit, and I'm just saying website TV.
And you're a nice, sassy lady.
Thank you. I believe in keeping it sassy, classy, but never trashy. I'm just saying.
Awesome. I love that idea of your show and the concept of it, because you focus on different issues, but you bring a sense of humor to the entire show. What made you want to do that?
Well, I'm an HR executive as well as being a host, and I think that the things that people do in the workplace are sometimes very humorous. I mean, they can be very serious.
I agree.
But I think there's a humorous side to life in terms of people and what they do. So I bring some information as well as the humor.
Okay, what is your background? Are you originally from Los Angeles? What's your background? Where are you from?
I'm a Southern Belle. So
and you can tell.
Yeah, Southern Belle. So I'm originally from Tennessee and New Orleans.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. I need to hit up Mardi Gras this year. So, okay. The other thing is I want to ask you is what attracted you to this show, Everyday Woman? As you know, we represent the everyday woman. We're the voice for them. So what is it as a woman, as a sassy woman, that brought you to us?
I think that I have something to share as well as I have something to learn from all the other women. So I like just being a part of that sisterhood where we can all share information and empower one another, because I think it's about empowering other women and being supportive.
I love it. What makes you an everyday woman?
I think that I'm struggling just like everyone, trying to be a better person, and it's a day-by-day process.
Awesome. Well, I love that. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out Reese Alexander. She is a new addition, and you won't want to miss all of her advice and tips on fashion. Thank you.
Here's Everyday Woman.
We're back with the 2-minute blast. Ladies, the question on the floor is, would you have a fake Facebook profile to spy on your man? Jaslyn.
No.
You couldn't even let me go again.
First of all, I think it's a little creepier to create a fake Facebook profile. However, I would get his password, and I have done that.
Why?
Well, I want to see if he's talking to his ex-girlfriend. I'm not going to pretend to be his ex-girlfriend.
You don't trust him?
Well, it's not even that. I
there's
think
always a
everybody should
question.
have each other's passwords.
Why?
It's just
Why is it necessary?
Let's be open.
But I don't think that you should go as far as becoming a spy.
But if you have his password, what's the difference?
It's not. It's just to know. Like if you feel comfortable
to
giving me your password, I don't have to go log on and look.
I think that is absolutely ridiculous. If you have to go and start spying on someone and doing all this other stuff,
you need a new man.
Exactly. Because it's all about trust. And once you lose trust, it's like it's over.
But
that's
sometimes
too
you
much
gain
work.
trust. If you see he's not doing anything, then you can gain some trust.
Exactly.
So I think it's
And
not
you're the problem. Maybe the problem is you.
No, I think that I don't have to spy on him per se. But if you feel comfortable giving me your passwords and stuff to everything, then you'd have nothing to hide. I would feel comfortable giving you my stuff.
But that's a slick move, because
That
it's
is
like
slick
that's
move.
a real
But
slick
you gotta
move.
be smart. Let's be honest.
Okay,
I mean,
so
people
how
can
are you
be
smart?
What
do you do?
Two different lives.
Well, first of all,
I have two faces.
tell me you've been on your boyfriend's or your ex-boyfriend's Facebook. I mean, at least somebody else has broken, taken a peek. I'm alone in this?
Yeah, you
I don't think so.
We should
I've
be
had
a
the
little
password,
smarter
but
though to
never
pick
used it.
people who are smart enough not to put all their stuff on Facebook.
Right.
Because
Thank
I know
you.
I'm careful about the stuff I put on Facebook because I don't want to put too much stuff to get me in trouble.
That is a 2-minute blast. Ladies, if you're spying on your man, be careful. That's the 2-minute blast. Stay tuned.
Here's Everyday Woman.
Hi and welcome. You're watching Before the Show with Jackie and Everyday Woman. Right now we're here with Jaslyn Moye, and she's a new co-host to the show, a new addition here. And I just want to ask you a couple questions about yourself because you have a very interesting background. Like, for example, you speak French. That's something I'm trying to learn.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you want to speak French?
For class, so I can pass my class and get my degree.
I was kind of just born with this love of everything French. French food, French culture, the language, the romance.
Yeah,
so I started studying when I was 8 years old.
Now wait a minute, you said you love French food. Now I know they eat something, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a curdled blood or something that's over in France that we learned in French class. That's kind of weird, dried blood or something.
Of course. I mean, the French chefs are very artistic, and their cuisine is much different than the typical American style. Yes. But I mean, everything from snails to curdled blood or steak tartare, raw meat. I mean, you might not have a taste for it, but everything's worth at least one bite.
Okay, I'll have to go and try it. Okay, so the other thing is I know you also have a background, you studied broadcasting. What made you even interested in the media?
Well, I've always been a fan. I've always kind of wanted my spot in the spotlight to teach, to tell, to talk, to kind of be that light and that face for a lot of different women out there, which in turn drew me to Everyday Woman.
Nice. So Everyday Woman is a show, of course all of our viewers know. We're basically the average woman, the day-to-day woman's voice. We want to give them a voice, talk in politics of the things that they want to hear and questions they want to ask. We're that voice. So what attracted you to that?
Well, just because because I think there's a lot of celebrity voices out there,
Yes.
but it's really hard for celebrity to relate to the real girl, the
Right.
real woman of any age. And we've got questions, and we need some answers.
We need a voice.
Exactly. We're here to figure that out.
Also, I noticed that you have absolutely amazing style. I love your dress.
Thank you.
So are
Thank
you into like fashion and everything like that? It seems like you're...
Absolutely. To the core, of course, keeping in mind it's not about couture, it's about confidence, kind of my mantra. But I spent years as a fashion model. I worked internationally.
Nice.
And I have a love of everything trends, fashion, glamour, beauty. So I'm all about finding a good find, of course. It's in the treasure hunting. It doesn't have to be from the runway. You know, it can be...
For something for the day woman, how to like put it on, but save yourself some money and all that good
I
stuff.
have to admit, I'm a bit of a Maximista.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I love me some Marshalls,
Yes.
a little TJ Maxx, maybe some Macy's, but
too.
it's all about finding a good, solid piece and spending a little bit of money on that, and then getting the trendy things to
Kind of
change
mix
it up.
and match it.
Exactly. Get your staple, and then get your belt or your scarf or something like that.
Awesome. Well, we want to welcome you to the show. We're very excited to have you here. I know our viewers are excited to get to know you. So I just want to say thank you.
Here's Everyway Woman.
We're back with Open Dialogue. We received a letter from one of our viewers asking, is it inappropriate that a 3-year-old is still in the bed with her? This concept is called attachment parenting. Ladies,
Yes, it is
what do
inappropriate.
Why do you say that?
Because that's codependent parenting. That means that you're raising your child not to be an independent adult. I don't think that kids should be breastfed beyond a certain point, because technically your doctor will say 6 months or is all you really need.
No, you need
Breastfeeding,
about a year to 2 years.
No, get out of here.
do.
Once
No,
that
breastfeeding
baby starts
is
growing in
not-
teeth and they can pat on you and say,
why
milk.
not?
But
they don't need
that's
to
a
drink it out of the boob.
personal
That is
preference.
personal.
Right.
I mean, women internationally are breastfeeding anywhere between the ages of like 4 to 7. Now in America, we would
That's
never see that.
outrageous.
It's
Now,
usually 6
and
months.
it's more for
but-
the mom than it is for the
Exactly.
child. For nutritional purposes, the doctor says up to 6 months is what the baby needs. Then you can put them on the bottle.
But
Not saying you
Jackie,
can't give them breast
By
milk,
whose
but they should be on.
standard are we to say if a person wants their 3-year-old in the bed, it's wrong?
I don't think
How
there's
can we
a
say
problem.
that?
I don't think there's a problem with sleeping in the bed with a 3-year-old.
There is for
because
the
a lot of
husband.
people who, you know,
True.
well, sometimes it's just a
'Cause
financial
if Michael
thing.
Jackson does
I
it.
mean, there's people who grew up. Well, no,
I'm joking.
not if it's your parent. I don't see why you should kick your children out. Of
I don't
bed.
think your
I don't
child-
see.
I
I
think-
think that's a good thing. And plus, you can watch them and see what they're doing, making sure they don't fall on the bed. Maybe you live in a bad neighborhood and you have to worry about people coming in.
No.
And snatching the kid out of the crib.
Well, I think honestly, I think that parents are letting their kids be codependent a little bit too long. It's too much. It's like teach your child to be more independent. Like let them get out of the bed
Well, let me
and
tell
learn
you.
that it's okay. There's no monsters.
I-
There's no boogeyman.
Being a mom, I mean, I have a few friends that actually were like, you know what, let the baby cry it out. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna put them in the crib. I don't feel like that. I'm sorry. To me, that's cruelty, and I would
I
never
don't
do
think
it.
it's cool. I think it's teaching a child that you
No.
will not always be there, and sometimes they have to learn
They're
to
too
self.
little.
They don't need to know that at 3.
They
don't need to
no,
know
that's
that
like
at
in the law.
3.
We are animals
We
like
are
everybody
not
else.
animals. We are humans. With
No,
will and
we're a part of
conscience.
the animal species.
But
I
ladies,
have you
what
know.
about
Just
parents?
leave your
Yes,
kids
we
out
are.
in the
Let me
woods then
ask
if you're
you
animals.
this.
No, we're just one of the more mature and
Jackie,
most.
you seem very
intelligent.
passionate about this. Are you saying that there's a one-size-fits-all formula to parenting?
I don't think there's one size fits all formula, but I don't think that a kid should consistently sleep in their parents' bed until they are
Jackie,
3 years old.
Are you a mom?
I am not a mom, but I've
That's a
helped
good point.
raise a lot of my nieces and
But it's
no,
a
my
difference.
nephews
There's a
and my
difference
younger
between being a
cousins.
mom and not being a mom.
There is, but I've been around children since I was young, so I've watched them grow up and I've lived with
I
them
agree
for
with
the
Stacey.
longest
There
time.
is a difference.
And I understand there is a
There is a
difference, and I
difference.
just said that I agree. But at the same time, I also get to watch these same kids grow up with no sense in their head, no common sense, no this, no that.
And that comes from parents.
Right, and a lot of it starts with that codependent parenting, that attachment parenting.
But
Well,
that's
also,
what you
I
believe.
think a lot
Okay.
of it starts from spoiling your kids.
So let me ask
and
you
there's
this.
a big
And that's
difference
part of
between
attachment.
attachment
Hold on,
and
here we go.
spoiling.
What does
That's spoiling. That's
codependent?
not.
That's nurturing.
If I'm at home and I'm watching this, I'm going to ask Jackie, what does codependent parenting look like? What does that look like when you make that statement? What
when
does it
you
look
let
like?
a kid attachment parenting, when you let your baby sleep every night in the bed with you because they whine or they cry.
That's just
when
one
you
example.
aid
What
them,
else?
when you feed them all the time, whatever they want, and then when the baby's like ginormous and you're like, oh,
Well,
he's
isn't it-
crying.
no,
Isn't
'cause it's
it a
about giving
parent's
them nutrition.
I mean, all of that,
to
but
meet their
people don't know
child's
how to
needs?
separate what is what. I mean, that's how. I think
If
that's
you
a bit
have
excessive.
children, you should know how to
Breastfeeding to your child
separate
is like
that.
4 years
Look,
old.
all I have to
is
say, I'm
insane
not
to
going to
me.
have other people dictate to me and my young children what I should be doing, what bed they should be in, and by what age. No,
And
no,
when
no.
they're 18 and still sleeping
But
in the
it-
bed
and
with
then
you,
also
you're
think
like,
about-
Wow, that's a little bit
It
different.
may also,
They
Jackie,
are, that's what
okay, so
happened.
do you think there's a difference between if you're married or you're single? about the parenting?
I think that the
No,
parenting
because
should stay
I
the
was
same. I
raised
think
by a single mom, let me tell you, and there were nights when I slept in her bed.
Nights, not
but
every night.
she maintained her independence
Right.
from me, and I had my own room.
And that's also
but
bad
she
on
still-
the marriage.
but
It's also
she
bad
still
if
let
it's
me
two
know.
people.
But kids
No,
are
but you
my
said
kids.
nights. You didn't say every single night, and that's my
But
problem. Is
some
kids
couples
can
are
do it
okay
every
with
night.
that.
No, they can't have sex or do anything that couples should do to maintain their
Jackie, we can
relationship.
tell you're not married. There's other ways besides nighttime to have sex.
I mean, there is. No, I would know.
Ladies.
But the thing is that still.
We'll come back when Jackie's a mama. We'll talk about attachment parenting.
And
We'll
my
be
kids
right
won't be in
back.
bed.
You're watching Every Way Woman.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Every Way Woman.
Hi, welcome to Before the Show with Everyway Woman. I'm Kristina Irwin, and this is one of our new co-hosts, TK Trinidad.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. So, you know about Everyway Woman, so what brings you to the show? Why did you want to come here?
Well, sports is my passion, and I was brought on to kind of do the sports and health and fitness segments. So
That's
here I am.
awesome. So I've actually never been one to really like sports, or I mean, I enjoy watching basketball here and there, but what's your passion that brought you to talk about sports? How do you love it so much?
Well, basically, I did sports all my life. I'm a first child atypical. I ran track and field, ran for the University of Oregon, so go Ducks. Also did some stuff for Canada, so I'm definitely a track and field buff. Also played a little bit of football. You guys have to Google that to find out the rest of that.
Wow.
And, sports is competitive. It's, you can't script it, and it's a beautiful thing.
So I noticed when we were doing one of the segments, you said, I gotta go run.
I am doing, if you've heard of the mud run, there's something called the beach dash, same thing, but on the beach, a 5K with 10 obstacles. It's gonna be absolutely fun.
Wow, amazing. Okay, well, we're so happy to have you on the show. Welcome, thank you. And yay, go sports fans.
And go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Here's Every Way Woman.
We're back with Black Issues. The question on the floor is, has hip hop made our black males unemployable and actually socially unacceptable?
No, I think gangster rap may have, but I also think that the parents did.
No,
There's a
I
difference
think,
between
well,
hip
you
hop
know
and
what
gangster
though, the
rap.
hip hop culture has gone into every culture.
Yeah.
And it's now, the in lifestyle is to call women hoes, to be having your pants sagging, and it's not just black people are doing it.
Yeah, it
But I think
everybody's doing it.
because first of all, hip hop doesn't really pinpoint on that. Rap and gangster rap were the two genres of music that actually started that.
And
negative
anyway,
influence.
you should
And
not
now
be
it's more
listening to
popular
hip hop.
culture.
Regardless of the genre, it's a question of is music making men unemployable? I don't think so. It's
Right.
a
I don't
culture,
exactly. Right.
but I don't think it's specific to black men because I know a lot of white guys who are cruising to hip hop music or R&B or whatever
Yes.
else, and they're hearing the same
It's
lyrics.
And I think
laziness.
it's parenting.
It's
Okay.
laziness.
Definitely
It's also laziness, and
laziness-
people accepting less of themselves.
But
Yeah.
but laziness comes from how you parent. So if you're a parent and you tell, oh, don't worry about anything. No. Go out and get your ass a job and do this and this is what I expect from you as a mom or whatever, as a dad.
So let's build on
and
this.
it's also lack of fathers in the household that
Yeah,
are strong
I agree
men.
with that too.
Okay, based on this information, statistics are saying that African American boys are not employable because they're coming in and their pants are sagging and they're coming in
Well,
and
that's
they know better.
education.
gold teeth. And I would
that's
submit
crazy.
that's not it. It's decisions that are made. It's exposure in the
But no,
home.
some are truly in the home parenting because some kids are truly ignorant to the fact that you cannot walk into a job
Well,
looking
you know
any
what?
kind of way. But they
That's
should
on
be
them,
taught that.
and
My
that's why
parents
they
taught-
don't have a
exactly,
job.
because my
But you
parents
should
taught me
not
better.
listen. The thing about hip hop culture that makes me mad is like Jay-Z and all them. They talk about, I'm keeping it real. All they do is they talk about negative things about black issues. Do not any of them know a black father? None of them know anybody that's black. And the whole thing is this culture and hip hop promotes. It sounds like the songs are written by the Ku Klux
But you
Klan.
know what, honestly, it's good that you
that's
actually
how they
mentioned that
feel.
not any of them have black fathers in the home. A lot of them do not.
I don't
And a lot
agree
of them
that
rap about the fact
wait
that
a
their
minute.
fathers were never prevalent or
But
present
that's
in
fine.
their
But a
lives.
lot of these hip hop artists like Jay-Z and whoever else have kids. They are fathers.
And
No,
Super
Jay-Z just
wealthy.
became a father,
He
so
just-
that's why.
Listen,
But that's
he
also
asked
why
for
he
the
took
kids.
the word bitch out of his vocabulary.
But
He just
exactly,
said he's
and
no
look at
longer
Will
saying
Smith.
that.
He never had those kind of cuss
Listen,
words.
ladies, here's the point that I want us to consider. I take issue that they're blaming unemployment
I
on
do.
a musical
Exactly.
genre.
That's
And
ridiculous.
so are our black males, so now you reduce them that they don't have a mind, that they can't
Exactly.
think,
Saying
and so
we're so
because they listen to
stupid.
music, they're ignorant. That's the question that we should be answering.
Yeah.
Why are we so substandard that now, because we listen to hip hop, we can't get a job?
Well, obviously,
And that
it's
is
just
so
a
not
real
true.
We can't get a
problem,
job.
and they're trying to blame it on music, and it can't be blamed on music.
Because there are people who are successful that listen to hip hop.
And
Yeah,
the
I
other
listen
thing
to
is,
it.
one of the problems is they're shipping so many of our jobs have been shipped overseas. cheese.
Right.
That's very
That has
true.
nothing to do with hip hop.
Right, exactly.
No.
But you know, they're always going to find a way to blame something. If it's not music, and if we don't stand up to it, if it's not hip hop, it's going to be jazz. It's going to be whatever. Country.
it was rock and roll
making
before.
people
Yeah,
Yeah,
rock and
grunge,
roll,
yeah.
and the drugs and the Elvis
What
and the
they need
pelvis.
to do is, somebody said it, they need to take the responsibility back to it, and it was the home.
Right, and stop
It's the
giving them the
and the
education system.
responsibility of the parents.
There's a lot of resources, the home, the education,
System,
exposure.
yeah. Yep.
Those are the things that are at the core.
Yeah.
I have a son. I have a black male son. So I know that this is important to me. And his training is not coming from Jay-Z and P. Diddy.
Right.
It's coming from the examples and the role models that he's seeing
Well, look
outside.
what we have for
different than-
president right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we
And
have
so
a
a good
strong,
example.
powerful example
And
leading
so
our
many
country.
people now, young people, they expect to just be in a job where they make a lot of money. Nobody wants to work at fast
Well,
food
that's the
restaurants
generation
anymore.
why.
But
That's
see,
a whole nother
but right,
topic.
but I also
Exactly.
agree with the fact that it starts at home, because think about it. Do kids really, do adults believe that Big Bird is real? Like we watched that growing up our entire lives, but you teach your children that
And
why
this
do you
is not
buy them
something,
pants
and this
that
is not a
don't fit 'em?
lifestyle
And
that you
listen,
live.
the home may not be the physical structure, it's the village.
It's the village,
See,
yeah.
that's also
It
that I
takes
think
a
that is
community.
missing. That we've lost that sense of community. My son, God forbid, he may not have that home influence, but the brethren, the people embrace them. So it's
But
not
part of
hip-hop.
the
There's
but
a
part
lot
of the village
things.
would be then considered the hip hop community, I would think, because honestly, if it takes a village,
And
then it would
every-
take an exceptional artist to say that I'm not going to rap about that.
But
because
there
I
are a
want
lot
that-
of
I want
exceptional
for
artists
you
out there.
to be
Will
grown.
Smith did
Not
that.
It wasn't
There's
just Will
India
Smith, it was
Ari, there's
Common.
a
There was a
lot
lot of
of-
artists,
yeah,
and
Common
he's
too,
hip hop. I mean,
There's a
there was
lot
a
of
lot of
artists.
But wait a
different
minute,
artists.
but back to your point, they did that, and did that stop? No, there's still hip hop
Because there's so
artists
many
that are
artists
And
that
the
are
whole
not. But
point
that's my
is,
point.
regardless, it's like
It's not
what
about
Stacy said. We should not be so influenced and considered that we're so dumb, that we're so easily
the only
influenced
thing
by
we
the
have is-
media.
yeah.
You have your own.
But the media is
brand.
going to say what they're going to say, and it's up to us, women, men, whoever, black, white, to stick it up and say, you know what? No,
Yep.
that's
And
not
in
true.
closing this out, you're
And
right.
pull your
we
pants
have
up.
to be responsible.
Pull your pants up, exactly.
You're watching Everyway Woman. We will be right back. Thank you for watching Everyway Woman. And ask yourself, are you an everyday woman?
This has been an Everyway Woman production.